All right, this is a FlipPilot feature focus for CallRail integration. Now this is a super powerful integration for FlipPilot because it allows you to track communications in your business, not just with the sellers, but with everything, with all communication, what's going on. And it's really a powerful thing to do, and it's one of the reasons why we even built FlipPilot was to be able to have this in here. You can have things like new leads coming in because a call came into one of your marketing numbers. Stuff like that is super powerful. A new text comes in from one of your marketing numbers, create a new record for it so that you have these new records and no lead ever slips through the cracks or gets left behind. So it's very, very powerful. So let me show you what you get with this integration. If you're looking for how to integrate CallRail into FlipPilot, check out the FlipPilot how to integrate CallRail video. I'm going to put a link to that video in the description of this video on YouTube. So just look down in the description if you're trying to find out how to actually hook it up. That's in that video. This video I'm going to show you just the cool things that you can do once you have that hooked up. All right, the first thing is I'm going to go to this comms in this test account that I've got here. This is the comms log page, and I talk a lot about this in the feature focus video for comms log, which I'll put in the description also, a link to that video. But basically, you're looking at all the inbound calls that came in on what day, and the outbound calls and text and the inbound text. Like all those communications that happen are kept here. With this integration, we're able to show you that. It came through your CallRail account, and FlipPilot can pull it in so that you don't need to go into CallRail to look at this stuff. And it's put in a format that we as investors want to see it in, so we understand what's going on. So if I come in to look at this comm log, I can see we got an inbound call today, okay? We even have this idea of unaddressed so that you can have you or your team address that call. So that call was either a lead or it wasn't a lead. We know that somebody's addressed it, so you can check that off and it'll show who did it and when and all that kind of good stuff. So this is one of the things it allows you to do, is track this kind of thing. Let me show you what that looks like on a record though, okay? Actually, I'm going to click on, come to one of these other inbound call ones. I'm going to click on this record here that came in. You'll notice that we also have the communications within the activity over here on the right side with the notes and everything. If we only want to look at those comms, we can check these other ones so that we're only looking at comms. We can see outbound text here. We can see inbound call. These were recorded, which is very cool. I have how to make sure that these are recorded in CallRail in that video for the how to integrate CallRail into FlipPilot video. You can find out how to make sure it records. And so you just have all this, and you can listen to these recordings. This one's 10 seconds, so you can listen to this. What I like about that is, as real estate investors, we're out and about, right? We're not sitting at a computer all day long, or at least you shouldn't be. And so when we get calls for leads, and we're taking those, if we're not a big enough company to have a dedicated lead intake, which most of us aren't, and we're taking those calls and we're driving, I used to have to pull over on the side of the road and ask questions and write down all those things. And when I got back to the office, I'd have to go into FlipPilot or whatever I was using for software at the time, and I'd have to type in all that stuff that I wrote down from the call. What can happen now, which is, I love this, is you get a call and you have it set to record in CallRail. You can just drive along and ask those questions, have the seller answer them. They don't have to wait for you to write anything down. It's all being recorded. Right? Now, how cool is that? So whenever you get back to the office and you go inside of FlipPilot and you click on that record, and then you come over and you look at the inbound call with the recording, and you can sit there and listen to that recording, and then scroll down here into the property info, the lead info sections, and as you're listening to it and pausing it, you can fill out the information right then and there. So freaking awesome, right? I mean, that's just like... My voice got really high there, but I was excited about it because it's really cool. This is the power that we have inside of FlipPilot connected with CallRail. If you haven't done this yet, I'm urging you guys to just do this. I know it costs a little bit more for CallRail, but it's really worth it to make sure that you're getting the most out of this technology. Okay, the next thing that I want you to know that you can do once you integrate CallRail into FlipPilot is to be able to make these calls directly from FlipPilot, okay? So I've got this contact here, and I can click this phone button. I can choose which phone number to dial out from my CallRail account to reach this seller, okay? So it'll come from my CallRail number. Now the cool thing about this too is if if we set the campaign for, and if you have this set up within your account, if you choose this campaign for the record, so you know what campaign tracking, like what that seller called that campaign number, right? So if they called the website leads phone number, then that means that's the number they called to find you. So if you're calling them back, you kind of want to use the same phone number, right? Because it just makes sense. So if you have that selected, and I'm going to go back into that record if I can get the right one. I hope I do. Okay, website leads. And then I click this call. It's going to automatically put that number there to call out from. So FlipPilot's smart enough to know, I've got this campaign set for this record, so they likely dialed in from that one. So I'm going to default to making it to where you can call out from that number. You don't have to think about it. Then you want to put in your cell phone number and hit call. Now what this is going to do is CallRail is going to call your cell phone, and you just press 1, and then it's going to hook you up to the call to the seller. So when that seller gets the call, Veronica in this case gets the call, it's going to look like it's coming from that CallRail number, not your cell phone, okay? So you can still go and talk on your cell phone, and this is all being recorded and tracked. I mean, it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I love it. All right, and then you can also text here, right? This is freaking cool. You can text from that number to them and send them a quick message and do that. So absolutely amazing, powerful, and brilliant, okay? The next really cool thing is follow-ups, right? If you don't have the integration set up, you probably have found out that setting up these follow-up sequences won't allow you to set up automated text messages. You gotta have these automated text messages in your follow-ups. So the integration allows you to do that, okay? Once you have it integrated, you can go in and add a new step that is a text right here under type. And then you have the power of being able to use short codes, so anything like the contact's first name in the text, so it automatically puts it in there. You can take advantage of snippets, and you know, these are all things we have feature focused videos for, so check those out. But you can use this in your follow-ups, in your automated follow-ups, to have text go out because you're integrated with CallRail, okay? So these are the cool features that happen because you've integrated your FlipPilot account with CallRail. And trying to think if there's other stuff here. Let me see. Yeah, mainly just love that whenever you have it set up to create those new records when a phone call comes in or a text comes in from one of those numbers and that's in the system, it's just beautiful. And then being able to see the comm logs, of being able to go through and work and see every day, like what are all the calls that came in? What are the calls that were made out? And make sure that they're all addressed. I mean, it's beautiful. So take advantage of the CallRail integration with FlipPilot. You're gonna thank me after using it, because it's just beautiful and really helps us to be efficient with our communications and to make sure that no lead ever slips through the cracks, right? Because that's the worst crime, is to let a lead slip through the cracks. Because as a real estate investor, like that one lead could have been the $40,000 wholesale deal, you know. So that's why it's so important we make sure that we don't let anything slip through the cracks. And that's why you're a member of FlipPilot. So congratulations on that, and hope you can get this set up and get that going. So subscribe to the FlipPilot YouTube channel if you have not. Click on that bell button icon thing to get notifications when we put new videos like this out. And thanks a lot for being a part of FlipPilot.